I had tried so hard, spent a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort wanting to create this beautiful memory and this time in our home for my husband and for my family. And then it turned out completely like to be a disaster. And I think that I do that on so many levels when I romanticize how I want my family to be or want an event to be, and then it doesn't turn out that way. And I've heard before, like the discrepancy or the distance between like your expectation and the reality is where disappointment lives. And I think I live there quite a bit because I try to control things so much that when it doesn't end up exactly the way that I thought it would, or exactly in the opposite way that I thought that it would, it ends up like just really, I don't know, defeating. So I want you to speak into that a little bit about like our expectations of what perfection looks like and kind of releasing a little bit of that control. And then to maybe like laughing at ourselves when things don't go right.
Yes, and I will say that I think that guy told you a fib because you don't just spoon on crabs to get them open. I was raised in Maryland and he was not telling you the truth. So it's not your fault that you serve them bloody crab. But, you're exactly right, and I love that story because how many moms have not felt that over some birthday or Christmas or something you pour your heart into it or vacation. So many things happen on vacation. It's a very natural thing to feel, but as you were talking, I thought about Jesus, and it came to mind, like, he lived his entire life pouring himself out, and how did we respond? Like, he could have so easily looked and said, "I made them this, I've taught them and I've showed them these miracles and I served them, I washed it, and look what they're doing." Like, he lived his entire life that way, and how was he able to do that was because the joy set before him, and because he was obedient to the calling that God has put on his life. And so there's no, like, secret answer to making moms not wanna cry in the kitchen when a big memory thing is going wrong. But the only solution is that we get our commands and fulfillment and purpose and joy from God and not from anyone else on earth. And so it doesn't matter if you're talking about a mom or a teenage girl who's looking for it in, her relationship with her boyfriend or, any other fill in the blank of like a dynamic. Nothing on earth is going to really satisfy us. There's not going to be any meal that's so perfect and no event that's so that it's like going to satisfy you for the rest of your life. And so praise be to God that he gives us a deeper meaning and a deeper calling. And it stinks. It's hard. And I don't know what it's like when I know a lot of your listeners have kids that are leaving the home, they're in college, and like you want so much more than they're giving in that season. And the only way that you can keep giving without getting what you want is if you're letting the Lord to fill you up. And I don't know what that looks like. So I will probably come and ask you for help when I get to that stage in life. I know that's maybe I sound so naive, but I think it's biblical that, we don't get our fulfillment out of all of these little things in life going perfectly. We get it because God is going to fill us up and he is our portion and our cup and he's put the boundary lines in pleasant places and we look at him and not at whatever's going wrong in our house.